Red Sonja versus the Army of Darkness. Yeah, we have a Red Sonja Evil Dead crossover because why not? We're crossing over everything else. Might as well do Red Sonja and Army of Darkness. Why is it always Army of Darkness though? It's got to be like a rights thing because you never see crossovers with like just regular Evil Dead. It's always got to be Army of Darkness. So we start off this issue with Ash retelling Army of Darkness super briefly. Basically, he went back into the medieval times on account of this spell book, and he fought a army of skeletons, and he could have been hailed as a king, and he had a maiden that was ready to be his queen, but he turned it all down and slept in the tomb for thousands of years because he belongs in the here and now. And he's telling this story to this bar chick because he's trying to hit on her when her boyfriend shows up and leaves, and Ash just basically becomes depressed. And we have this kind of gross moment where he asks the bartender, basically all the booze that gets spilled on the counter or gets spilled when you're mixing drinks, if you have like one of those mat that sucks it all up, and can you put it into a shot for me? And so he gets wasted, and he decides that he really misses Sheila, and the fact that like he feels like he was stupid to leave her because this was a woman who actually liked him for him. He's kind of heartbroken, and he decides, well, nowadays, if you're depressed about your ex, you'll just cruise social media and see what she's up to. But I can't do that. So instead, he breaks into a library so that he can look up what happened to the Castle Condor. And he basically reads a story about how there was a great enemy, Henry the Red, and Arthur drove the plague-ridden invaders away, hero of the sky. Basically what we saw in Army of Darkness. And then he reads that harrowing victory and resulting alliance would be Lord Arthur's last, though, because Castle Kandar was soon beset upon by another invader, the one simply known as She-Devil with the Sword. And she came from parts unknown. She assaulted everyone and left no survivors. So everyone's dead, including Sheila. And this just breaks his heart even more. And he decides, you know what? I'm going to stop this from happening. I'm going to stop the She-Devil, which we all know is Red Sonja. I'm going to stop her from killing everybody by using the Necronomicon to go back in time and stop her before she can cause this massacre. And then we cut to Red Sonja, and Red Sonja is fighting some guards. And basically she's trying to prove to this king or this leader, ruler, general, I guess, that she's a worthy sellsword. She lives up to her reputation and that she's worthy of being hired. And he basically wants to hire her to go to this castle that has been occupied by this cult. And I need you to destroy the cult before word gets out because it'll tarnish my name and I'll pay you for it. And so the general gives Red Sonja one of his concubines as a guide, and they travel to Castle Condor. And she sneaks into the castle, holds one of the guards hostage, and then she realizes, wait a minute, there's no infected here. There are no witches or anything. I've been lied to. And that's when Ash shows up and he attacks her. And of course, like every crossover between two different franchises, we got to have them fight each other at first. There has only been like once where that's never happened. Every other crossover I've ever read from like the beginning of time, basically, you always have to have the two characters fighting each other. And then they realize that, no, we're on the same side. We actually have a true enemy that we must team up to fight against. And I just kind of wish that we would stop doing that. But yeah, he basically goes to fight Red Sonja, realizes that he forgot to bring his boomstick, and he has no weapons. And then all of a sudden his chainsaw falls. And so he's like, wait a second. Like, people, I don't bear you any ill will. I was lied to. I was misinformed. I was manipulated for a purpose I cannot say. And as this is happening, concubine, we see her being kind of sneaky. And that's when Ash revs up the chainsaw and starts fighting Red Sonja. He's kind of confused. He's like, wait, they should have already been speaking English because we're in England, yeah? And they have no idea what England is. And he's like, wait, this isn't Castle Condor. Where am I? What's going on? And that's when all the residents start turning into Deadites. And it turns out that the concubine has stolen the Necronomicon. And it turns out this is all false, created by the general's priest, where he knew that the Necronomicon was like lost in time, and he figured out that the way to bring it was, I guess, to create some BS history book where it mentions that Castle Kondar was destroyed and Sheila is dead, so that Ash will travel through time to go save her. But then the thing is that if Castle Kondar doesn't exist in this universe, or at least this timeline, because there's no England here yet, then why would Ash come to this specific timeline? Why wouldn't he go to the timeline where they have already established England and they all speak English and Sheila and Arthur's there? Like, did he set the Necronomicon to transport him to Red Sonja, or did he set it to transport him to Castle Kondar? So I don't know. It's kind of confusing. Hopefully this will be cleared up. It is written by Tim Seeley, who I have a love-hate relationship with because I love his Hack/Slash franchise. I know it's not the greatest written franchise ever or anything like that, but it's like my guilty pleasure. It's my favorite comic book franchise, even though there are better stories out there. I love Hack/Slash so much. But Tim Seeley has been ass when it comes to writing, mostly since 2016 happened. Like, I'm not going to get political or anything like that, but he has a very, very strong case of TDS, and it broke him, basically. I just noticed that all his writing since around that time has just been garbage. Even Hack/Slash, the current Hack/Slash that he's working on, is terrible. All his superhero stuff is terrible. The only thing he's mostly been good with is like stuff that deals with like supernatural, like occult, demons, monsters. So I'm hoping that this would be something up his alley. Right now, this first issue seems okay. It's kind of mid, but it's not terrible. I'm hoping the story from here on out, becomes better. But I don't know. Tim Seeley, like, he just hasn't been good for years now, and I'm not expecting much from him. But we'll see. But that's Red Sonja versus Army of Darkness. I wanted to check it out because I love Red Sonja. I freaking love Army of Darkness. Like, these are two franchises that I adore. So put them together, I'm obviously going to check it out and see how it goes. I will say that it's not terrible, but it's not great either. It's kind of mid. Hopefully next issue would be better. I guess we'll find out. But there you go. Red Sonja versus Army of Darkness, issue number 1 from Dynamite. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.